Alrighty, we're back. We're back. Watch it is back. I sound like one of those. It's one of the those YouTubers like KSI and all them guys. They got their you know I wouldn't say exaggerated intros. Some of them do, but there's ecstatic introductions on their freaking videos. Crazy man. Which actually just reminded me Jake Paul's fighting this weekend, but no one cares about that. But yeah, anyway, so I hope you guys have been well, whoever's watching. And obviously we know that there's been a lot going on throughout the last 2 weeks in boxing. And, really, um, especially on Twitter, man, and YouTube, those are probably the two most prolific places where people talk about all this boxing nonsense. Excuse me, I'm yawning. This is my yawn session. This is where all you guys got the time difference, and I'm a little later at night, so that's probably why. But I mean, the title says it. It's getting to the point where I'm not even addressing these guys by their first name. I mean, that's how much I don't respect them. Honestly, just out here. What's up, Mike? Hope all is well. Thanks for stopping by, man. Um, Again, the thumbnail, I picked it just to be petty, but I mean, it's it kind of paints a picture of the fight struggle, with Areola, Mr. Ruiz. Um, I'll kind of branch off to whatever, when more and if people start streaming in, but I see Ruiz on his Twitter, putting out fake posters, fan made posters, this and that. Kind of half announcing something or implying a certain fight with a certain somebody. I'm not with it. Well, I mean, like, I've never been with Ruiz ever, really. When he won the titles off Joshua, I was like, okay, that's good for him. Cool. But I never really rated Ruiz. I never really saw Ruiz as a guy that was totally skilled. I mean, when you look like that and you're in the ring, and not only that, like, look, 6'2" to me is tall, right? Because I'm a short guy, but like, even a heavyweight, right? Like, you can't be in that bad a shape. Like, there's just no way. Like, obviously there is a way, because like that's the norm these days. That's just normal amongst heavyweights. Like, it's like no one is fit. Everyone's got a cardio issue, pretty much. Legit. Like, everyone has got a cardio issue. But when it comes to Ruiz, listen, he couldn't beat Parker. People can say what they want about home cooking, this and that. Listen, you got to win the fight. Take it out of the judge's hands, knock Parker out. Joyce did it just recently, although he fought a cupcake. Still, it doesn't matter. You gotta do more. Then he kind of was considering retirement, so he essentially quit. And then he came back, he got with Al Heyman or whoever on that side, and they kind of stirred him up a nice little dinner table of cash, and he had a warm up. Then he got the late notice fight. Then he won the belts. Then he lost the rematch. Then he stalled for a year. Then he came back against Areola. In my opinion, that fight was a draw, maybe, but he lost the fight, like the actual fight, like to fight someone. To beat on someone, he lost that against the guy that was rinsed goods. And then he waited for the Cuban in Ortiz. And in my opinion, he got a gift in that fight. I thought Ortiz won by a wide margin. He cheated in that fight as well. As I called it, fucking rabbit punching, hitting off the break when the ref steps in, hitting with that wrist. I mean, it's just, it won't change, and that's cool, but he's out here begging for another heavyweight. I mean, he's putting pictures out of Fury as well in the past. I don't know what the fuck he wants. I guess he wants a big bag. He wants the opportunity. He's got his brother out here even he's telling his brother to go up to certain fighters and like take a picture with them and be nice to them. So that influences their choice as well to fight him. You know, even though the men in suits really are the ones that kind of, you know, influence that behind the scenes. But you got his father out here talking shit, Ruiz Senior. It's all good, man. You know, keep running your mouth, man. Keep running your mouth. Like I said, when Jarrell Miller ran up on you, you had fucking nothing to say all those years ago. You got called out on the spot. That fight never happened. Okay? A guy that's much bigger than you, a guy that's fucking stronger than you, a guy that has a better tank than you, a guy that has better defense than you. You know? And that is a guy I'm looking forward to seeing back, Jarrell Miller, because he's had some warm-up fights, which is good. You know? Again, dude, like, you can't be out here begging for fights, dude. You know, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a former champ, blah, blah, blah. I'm not with it, dude. You know, I've never really been a fan of Ruiz. I think over the years he's really bullshitted overall. I don't like the guy, man. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. And really, when it comes to Ruiz, what skill does Ruiz really have? What does he really have? You know, people think because he's small, he's a smaller heavyweight that he can fight on the inside. He can't fight on the inside, guys. The only shit he does when he gets up close is he will hold you with an underhook and he will hit you in the rib. He will hold and hit, or he'll hit off the break to get a cheap shot in. He does it every time. He is a mid-range fighter. When you throw, he'll throw a flurry to counter. At long range, he'll use the jab to the body. He barely jabs to the head. He looks for the counter right over the top with the hook, the overhand, or the straight. He rarely goes to the body. He has below decent head movement. He relies on this left-hand parry with his forearm to block shots. We saw how that worked out for him in the Ortiz fight. He was getting his fucking head jabbed in, especially in those later rounds. Right? But guys get discouraged when they fight him. AJ did this the first time they fought, even the second time. They're afraid to get hit by this guy because he's a bit quick. He ain't that quick. He ain't even that quick. He just throws combinations fast like that. You notice Ruiz doesn't really throw volume. He doesn't throw many punches in a round. He really doesn't. He really doesn't. Right? And I'm telling you, you know, he wants to fight this other guy. Because if I say his name, I'm going to get the trolls coming in and shit. So I'm just going to... You guys should know who I'm talking about. But like I said, if that fight happens, which I hope it doesn't, he's going to aim for the back of the head. He did it in the Ortiz fight. Again, that ref fucking called the knockdown. That was not another... On the second knockdown, that was a push. He literally pushed his head down. Like I said, man, these guys will get away with it. They will hit you in the back of the head. They will hit you in a certain way. They will hit you in a certain spot, in a certain instance, and the ref won't say anything. And that's just how it goes. But it's funny how people out here hold one standard up for one person, and then for the other, it doesn't apply. That's cool. But when your favorite fighter has the same thing done to them, don't come crying out here calling bullshit on it. Because people like myself and many others have been saying this for years on end. Yeah? And see, that's where it comes down to technique. Because a lot of these fighters, and I'd say for heavyweights, because when a heavyweight does it, it's different. They're huge men. They're huge specimens. So when they throw on impact, it's different to whether like a lightweight or a middleweight would do it. You know? Because a lot of these guys, Hrgovic is a good example, right? But he was forced to actually throw proper combinations in the Zhang fight because he was getting beat up and he already got dropped and he was getting lumped up. I mean, dude, the guy was turning his back almost. Can't be doing that. I say that shit all the time. But regardless, these guys, most of the heavyweights have, in this division, in this present era, at this time, most of them have poor technique. So they're going to aim for the back of the head. They're going to try cuff shots. They're going to try wrist shots. They're going to hit in the clinch. They're going to hit you not in the rib. They're going to hit you in the spine. They're going to do this stuff. And a lot of guys don't know how to counteract it. It's not hard to counteract. I mean, look at Carlos Takam, right? For a veteran fighter, he had no answer for that Russian dude, Makhmudov, elbowing him, headlocking him, rabbit punching. You know, what does a veteran mean anymore? It means nothing because guys don't know how to deal with certain things happening in the ring. You know? And best believe Mr. Ruiz is one of those guys, man. He is one of those guys. He'll get his way, dude. If he sees that opening for the back of the head, he's going to aim right there, dude. Because he lacks power. He doesn't have much power. I mean, look at how long it took for him to get Joshua out of there in their first fight. I mean, 4 knockdowns and the ref having to tell AJ it's over in the corner when he gave him the count. I mean, it took him a long time. You know? It really did. He couldn't do shit to Areola. Again, the Ortiz, I mean, dude, Ortiz is old. He's worn out. He's given it his best. Hence why he waited those next fucking 3-4 years since like 2018, right? And then, you know, voila. Well, probably 2019, but voila, here we are. You know, you got an old Ortiz. And where did that fight go to again? Oh yeah, decision. That's right. That shit went to points. Right? Dimitrenko's whack. And again, Ruiz was wrist punching. Right? In some parts, in some instances. Parker, he couldn't do anything to him, really. Yeah, he walked him down, but he didn't really, hurt him or anything. Kevin Johnson, I don't think he did anything there either. I mean, this guy, I don't know, dude. Like, I think the more pressing thing is that the guy should... Listen, I don't give a fuck what Ruiz does, but when you run your mouth about certain things, understand that you look worse than like Butterbean, and that's saying something because Butterbean got in there with Larry Holmes, dude. Like, Larry Holmes, Anthony Joshua, that's not the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's a different league, And I know he got in there with Larry when he was older, but you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, Ruiz runs his mouth, dude. And he's really annoying. And I don't like how all of a sudden he wants to fight certain people when years ago he could have done it. Really, he could have. Maybe if he won that rematch of his, maybe that fight in particular would have come around a bit sooner. Again, the guy is not all there. And like I said, all he does is sit around, eat, hang around his buddies, go shopping for jewelry that he barely wears anyway. It's all good, man. It's all good. Like I said, in general, the division is shit. So, when it comes down to it, I don't really care. I mean, all these guys, man, they're just flaking, dude. They really are. Like, there's a bunch of other fights that have been announced that I guess I'll get to. Obviously, you got Mr. F fighting Chisora. I mean, that's crap. I mean, I don't care about it. I'm gonna watch it if I feel like it. For those that know me a bit more, I really like Chisora. I followed him. I think I've seen almost every fight of his. I'm not saying I can name every fight, but I could probably tell you which year. I can tell you how he's developed or not developed. His trainers, his style, this and that. I know him very well. And I know that he won't win this fight. And I know that he doesn't even have really a puncher's chance in this fight either. I mean, the guy went 12 rounds with Pulev. The second time, he got hurt in that fight. And a lot of people thought he shouldn't have won the fight. So, I mean, if people want to be a bit more skeptical, he lost to Usyk, he lost to Parker, he lost to Parker again, and he's lost to Pulev. So that's 4 in a row, potentially. But because he beat Pulev, that's 3, and then 1. So 1 and 3. 1 win, then 3 losses beforehand. But, excuse me, I think this is yawning up. But he's not going to do shit in that fight. He's going to walk forward. He's going to land some punches to the body, to the arms, whatever. He's going to swing and miss. Fury's going to turn him around, jab, fucking hold him. He's going to lean on him because he's smaller. He's so small compared to Fury. He's going to get headlocked. He's going to get the forearm. He's going to get the full treatment, dude, in there. He's going to get the full treatment. He's already had it done to him in 2011 against the same dude. He's had it done to him in 2014. A bit less, right? He ain't going to do shit now, dude. He's not. Now, me personally, I would love for him to win. Oh, that would change a lot of things, definitely. For Chisora to win this fight, he can't get tired at all. He can't just try slip and avoid every punch with just head movement. And he's got to keep a tight defense. And he's got to cut the ring off. And he's got to be intelligent with the shots he throws, because he used to throw a really good left hook back way years ago. But this overhand right shit is ridiculous. I mean, granted, he's landed the shot, but look, Joseph Parker, Spilker, those guys are not big heavyweights. Okay, Fury's 6'9". He's fucking massive. Okay, he's got to lean on him, dude. He's got to use the headlocking and the choking. Chisora does all this training, and then when he gets in the ring, he's tired in 12 minutes. I mean, dude, like, it's just rinse and repeat. It's not a surprise at all. Not a surprise at all. It's funny because, like, people, like, criticize other fighters for not improving. This guy literally is, like, got 12 losses, right? He's been knocked out like 3 times or something. Hey, White, Chisora stopped him. Yeah. And he's been hurt multiple times. He's been in hard bruising fights where he's taken a lot of punches. What's he going to do against Fury? He's older and slower now. His best chance was back then. He better hope Fury doesn't move like the way he does, but I don't think that, that will matter, because in order for him to be successful, he will have to push Fury back, right? How's he going to do that? He's got to try to be physical. He's not stronger than Fury. He's a strong guy, but he's not stronger than Fury. He's going to struggle badly. He's going to get the shit beat out of him, dude. He's going to get beat up in this fight. The piss will be beat out of him in this fight. This will be the fight that probably will send him into retirement. And you watch when he turns up, when he makes the ring walk, all those Fury fans, all the Gypsy fans, they're going to be booing Chisora. They're going to be saying all kinds of names, just like when Dillian White did it back in April. Dillian thought he'd have some fans there. We were led to believe he had so many fans in England, that supported him. Not true. At least when they're not fighting their favorite, Like I said, this is a bad. That's a bad fight for Chisora, in my opinion. It's a bad fight. But if he pulls off the upset, oh man, like, that's the thing, right? You can't imagine it because he's that bad, Chisora. He's bad. He's not a good heavyweight. I like him, but he's not good. He's just not. So that's my take on that fight. And I mentioned another name, Dillian White. It's just funny. I saw him talking shit the other day about some people, and it's all good, man. Dillian is trash as well. And for a few years I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, saying that he's not a bum, this and that. He's a bum, 100%. I know people don't like to use that word, but I think we're all adults here, so we can handle it. I respect Chisora more because Chisora kind of just gets on with it, and he doesn't really talk shit. He'll talk shit at a press conference or to, like, Hearn, or like at a at something that's a bit more reasonable, right? But Dillian is just a little crybaby, I remember he said after the fight in April where he got pushed over, he said that he tore his Achilles. He tore his Achilles when he got pushed over. Yeah. If that's the case, why are you fighting now then? May, June, July, August, September, October. You've announced the fight in October, so six. So let me look up torn Achilles recovery time because it's a tendon. With the help of physical therapy, most people can return to normal activity in 4 to 6 months. Someone said you need to wear a cast or walking boot for 6 to 12 weeks after surgery. So 12 weeks is 3 months. 6 to 8 weeks of non-weight bear cast immobilization. Again, this is just for wearing a cast, just for initial mobility recovery. 4 to 6 months is a long time. And then you got to train, and then you got to get into shape. And boxing is literally the sport in which you use your footwork so much. Footwork can win and lose a fight. But we know that Dillian is a weightlift, passion-driven lifter. You know, he loves his weights. So his bottom half can't support his top half. I mean, nothing's changed. He's physically got worse throughout the years. It's funny how one can become physically worse. You move to Portugal, you get your coach, your team, this and that, blah, blah, blah. You inject whatever steroids and PEDs in your system. You know, who knows? All for what? Just to fall over and get a torn Achilles, as he said. He tore his Achilles, ladies and gentlemen, but he's fighting in November, and he announced the fight this October. Oh, man. He's a fucking funny guy, man. He's a funny dude. You got pushed over, huh? It seems like the push did more harm to you than the actual fucking glancing punch that landed on your chin. Which was an uppercut, by the way. It was a terrible uppercut as well. The technique on that uppercut was not even that good. Out of all the uppercuts he's been hit with, that was the worst one. You know? He walked right into that shit. Terrible, man. Terrible. You know what? What's that word people like to use? Excuse? You know, excuses? Yeah, bro. It took him a few months to come out of hiding, though, to talk his shit again, you know? I guess it's never enough with Dillian. I mean, you know, it's never enough. I mean, knocking him out cold just isn't going to do the job, is it? You know, he's got to always come back and run his mouth about things that got nothing to do with the fight he just had at all, you know? But he'll cry about a tendon in his Achilles that's apparently torn. But he's fighting now. He's fighting now. Okay. He's fighting Jermaine Franklin. Ooh, what a risk. What a risk that is, huh? Jermaine Franklin. Listen, dude, Jermaine weighed in at pretty much 280 pounds in his last fight, okay? I haven't seen the fight, but Jermaine is not going to win this fight. You know, I will say this. He has a puncher's chance, sort of, if he throws that overhand. Because Dillian's got no defense, right? But, you know, Dillian's going to win it. He's going to beat the piss out of him. I wonder how old Jermaine is. Let me see. Jermaine. I don't fuck around, this and that. He's from Michigan. Put the poster out. I'm checking his Instagram. You know Dillian, man, he's fucking weird, dude. Like, some of the guys he chooses to fight are just... he chooses some real winners, man. He's going to knock him out with the left hook. Let me pull up one of Jermaine's fights so I can go analyst on you guys. Jermaine Franklin, full fight. Salida Promotions are probably going to be on my back for this. Let me see. I want to get a more recent fight. Franklin. I've seen Franklin fight, so this is not my first time watching. I've seen him fight. He likes his left hook. That's what I noticed. Left hook, jab off the hip. He's 6'2", so he's a smaller guy. There you go. He's not even had 100 rounds. 21 fights, all wins, 14 KOs, 66.67 KO ratio. He's a right-handed. He's got 1 inch less of a reach than Dillian. And he's a 2-star rated. Rodney Moore. What about Pavel Sauer? All right, Pavel Sauer. Let me put up. That's the more recent fight he had. Pavel Sauer. Rodney Moore, but I can't find the Rodney Moore fight. Let me see. I don't need to see this. What do I need this for? All right, hold on a minute. Hey, I'll check the chat on and off. I'm just, hold on a minute. Man, Jermaine already looks in fucking bad shape, dude. All right. Let's pull this bad boy out. I want to see this fight. I'm a critique straight away, dude. Whatever I see, I'm gonna go in on. I'll switch back to the chat when I can. He doesn't look 6'2", though. He looks about 6'3". He keeps that right hand near him. Yeah, there's that hook. Yeah, there it is. He's actually quite quick for a heavyweight, I'll give that to him. He's actually got some all right hand speed. He's got a Chisora body type sort of thing. Like a younger Chisora body type, I don't like this left hand being down, though. Dillian's got to throw that right hand, dude. He's got to throw it. Good. That's a good underhook position he's got there with the arms. That's an okay block. Good roll. There's decent head movement there. This is a taller guy as well he's fighting. This guy's probably about 6'4", 6'5", so I like the right hand up. That's good, because Dillian's going to be looking for that hook. So you can just catch it, block it, Again, a guy like this is not going to test Jermaine, The response of the clinch break is good, I will say. He's actually alert of what is coming back. Let me see. He likes that dip to the right, that's for sure. He's got to be careful with that against Dillian, because Dillian's going to he's got him in the... Dillian's not really known as a rabbit puncher, but he'll take the chance if he gets it. The problem is the left hand being down. That you can't be doing that, because Dillian's just going to look for the right hand. That's what he's going to look for. But I like the jab to the body. That's a good shot. The problem is, yeah, you can't. Yeah, if he gets wild like that, he's gonna get knocked out. He's gonna get knocked out if he does that. There's a measure and then a jab to the body. That's good. Yeah, see that left hook? That's the hook I'm talking about. He doesn't set the hook up. He kind of just wings it. And plenty of guys have got hurt and knocked out like that when they've gone against Dillian. And the hook is not very technical either. It's landing, yeah, but I mean, who's it landing against, right? See that there, the double jab? He needs to do that. That counter hook was nice there. I like the head movement, The head movement's good. Actually, let me listen to what his coach says.
From what I've seen.
Nah, he's talking about that. Let me go back to this. Hey, what's up? Flawless mentality, Mark Stearns, man. I appreciate you coming by, man. I really do. I really appreciate that, man. I didn't expect to see you here, man. It's good to see you, man. Hope all's well. But yeah, that's that hook again from Jermaine. There's a lot of loading up. I mean, dude, Dylan will have a field night with this guy if he continues to load up like this. I'm just trying to see other nuances that he's got. Honestly, dude, last time I saw Jermaine, the head movement wasn't this good. Um, oh, that's dangerous, dude. That moment there, he tried a counter rear uppercut against the right hand. You cannot do that. Yeah, sitting on the ropes. He's a small heavyweight, dude. He's not a big heavyweight, man. Honestly, I don't think he's that big. That's a decent high guard there. It's all going to depend on how Jermaine sets up his punches. He's not a very good setup puncher. But it's funny, he has good success with the jabs. But that hook off the left side is very reactive. Very reactive. You can't react. You gotta respond. There's a difference. Yeah? See that double jab is nice, and then he goes double jab, left hook, right hook. That's not the most orthodox combination, especially with the break in between. That's a nice right hand. So he didn't load up on that, he just let it go. Bing bing. Down the middle. I think he's got Dillian for speed, and I think he's got him for defense. So that's a silent agreement there. I dropped that word once. You can't languish on the clinch, dude. You cannot do it. I was mentioning it before with Ruiz. You cannot languish on the clinch, dude. You cannot. And jab to the body. See the hook again? He's not setting it up. And when you don't set punches up early on and you get caught, you get hit with the right hand there, both side. Yeah. I'm just trying to look at his defense here a bit more. I didn't think the defense was this good because from the fights I've seen, he did kind of use the high guard more. Yeah, man, that hook is wild, man. He's got to be careful dipping his head down there, man, because Dylan's going to come underneath with the hook and crack him. I just don't like the left hand being down. The double jab is really good, though. I'm going to skip forward a bit and just see if there's any changes. I'm not going to watch the whole fight, obviously. Was there a knockdown in that round? Looks like he got knocked down in the round. All right, what about here? I'll check the chat in a minute. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. See, that's a sweet combination that Pavel landed there. That was a nice setup. I will say the punches that Pavel is throwing against Franklin here, those aren't really punches Dillian throws, except the right hand. But Dillian's gonna try the jab, you know. Oh, man, that looks like a headbutt there. Jermaine, I want to see his footwork a bit more coming in because I feel like he takes a real big steps coming in, and he doesn't really need to do that, you know. I'm just looking through a bit more. I don't know about Franklin's gas tank, man. I've seen his other fights and he tires out. He needs to move more, right? So watch. That hook, man. That hook, he's got to set that hook up and tighten it, man. He's got to fix it. He's going to get hurt if he doesn't. I don't mind his clinch game with the punches. I don't mind it. And that left hand is way too low. See there? Ooh, that was a sweet counter, though. That was a sweet counter. He read the pattern, Pavel. Every time there was a break, Pavel comes in a rush. He countered him. That was a nice punch. I want to see what punch it was, though. Let me see. That's what I'm saying. You just take your time, right? See there how he's rushing it? He's rushing it here. He's trying to kill him here with the overhands. He doesn't need to do that. Just take your time. Use the jab. He's got a good jab, but that's why I say he jabs off the hip. See that again? He's trying to kill him with the left and then chuck the right over. It is pretty predictable with what Franklin throws. It's like jab, jab, left hook, right hand. You know, I want to see this knockdown though. Let me see the knockdown. Let me see the knockdown. It was that quick. I barely freaking anticipated that. Oh yeah, it was a right hand. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. He's got. Oh yeah, it was like an overhand. Yeah. Now what if that was straight? He would have knocked him out. He would have knocked him out if that was a straight punch. And I do think part of that was Pavel like swinging in that direction, but still, I don't think he was like, you know, terribly hurt. You know, but I'm not saying he wasn't either. See the left hand being down, and he's forced to lean back there. Yeah, like I said, Jermaine needs to fix a lot up, dude. Like, it's just, at the end of the day, you know, we'll see how it goes. I do feel like he's a bit easy to push around, especially on the ropes. I don't think he's too fond of moving. If you move, I'm telling you, man, you got such an advantage at this weight division. If you move your feet and get out the way, that's all you need to do, you know? The stepping with the jab is pretty nice, but see how it's the jab and then he's looking for the counter. I don't think Dillian's gonna hold him like this though. I think he's gotta look to, box and shit because Buddy McGirt is gonna wanna come in and, freaking showcase some stuff. But that's just a small breakdown I got of Jermaine Franklin, you know. Like at the end of the day, I mean, Dillian knows what he's doing. Like he knows that this is like easier pickings. Like he could throw his name in any hat, dude, because he's not signed to a promoter. He's not signed to a promoter. He's on a fight by fight with Eddie Hearn, or Matchroom, I should say. So I mean, it's Jermaine Franklin. Like, what else is there to? What else is there to say? I mean, Dillian's gone for an easy fight. But I'm telling you, if he gets hit by Franklin, he's probably going to get knocked out because Dillian can't take a punch. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. Do I hope Franklin wins? I don't know. I mean, I guess it will be good. I mean, listen, Dillian can lose to just about anyone, you know? But I think like Bacoli, for example, right? He's improved a little bit, right? I remember Bacoli was calling out Dillian, but I thought Dillian would pick Martin Bacoli because Martin Bacoli was like, he was there and available. So I mean, whatever, dude. But what else did I hear? I heard Anthony Joshua versus Gerald Washington. There were talks about that. Um, dude, these. I'm not saying it's the case, but I'm just saying a lot of these British guys, man. I don't know, man. They go for these American fighters that aren't quite the best. They're either like novice prospects sort of thing, or they're like older guys, like your Malcolm Tans, your Kevin Johnsons, your Charles Martin, your Jermaine Franklin, Gerald Washington, like that caliber. But when it comes to fighting a freaking world champion, I don't want to have anything to do with that. Nothing whatsoever. Don't want to have anything to do with that at all. It just boggles my mind, man. And I told you, man, when it comes to Joshua, when they say they're thinking of a date, right, to put him back in, trust and believe. Don't believe that, and believe that it will be months past that. If they say December, believe it will be in like freaking April or March of next year. March or April of next year. They don't keep him active enough, and they wonder why he's rusty and why he doesn't react the same in fights. Because he's out for like a year every time. It's crazy. What are you thinking? You want your guy to perform better? But get him more active or something. I don't know. Make some fight if you want to do that, I guess. He can't be injured. He didn't get injured in his last fight, from what I saw and heard anyway. Maybe he did. Who knows? But, I heard Eddie Hearn. I saw some title. Eddie Hearn said that Dillian is the front runner for AJ. So I'm guessing Dillian gets rid of Jermaine. And then they make Joshua versus White too. And Joshua's going to beat the crap out of him. I mean, whatever. Maybe that won't happen. Maybe they'll freaking, if Jermaine wins against Dillian, they'll probably, put Jermaine in there with Joshua. I don't know. It's just ridiculous, dude. That's why I say this division is crap. I mean, let me pull up the rankings. All right. There's some really bad fights coming up, dude. Like Joe Joyce, dude. He's another one, man. He's another one. I'm pulling up all the sanctioning body rankings. Now, these might not be updated. Let me pull them up. Let me pull them up. Let me see. Otto Wallen. That one, I just saw that. So Jermaine Franklin, number 13. Actually, where is Jermaine? Yeah, I want to see where Jermaine is. Because Dillian says he fights top contenders, top fighters. So I'm going to debunk that shit straight away. So Jermaine Franklin's not even in the top 10, not even near the top 10. And honestly, Bacoli might be better than him. He's not in the IBF. What about WBC? He's not in the WBC, no. The Jugba's out of there. Jerome Miller's in the WBA. Actually, yeah, where is Joshua? Number 5, number 6, number 4, number 7. Damn, AJ's gone down the ranks. The Jugba's out. Otto Wallen's out of the W. Okay, whatever, yeah. I mean, look, man, freaking. It's all just ridiculous, man. It's all ridiculous. I mean, no one wants to see like Joshua versus Zhang, right? The Chinese dude, the Chinese heavyweight. Like, what's the point in like, for example, going for a fight like that when he got beat? He got beat by Hergovich. Like, come on. Like Philip Hergovich, really? Please, That's why I said, man, AJ got to win that Usyk fight. That Usyk fight was a must-win, dude. It was a must-win, that fight. It really was. It was a must-win. It was a must win. Straight up and down the middle. It was a must win. Like, ain't no way. Like, you're the same fighter as before. There's no way. No way at all. Not a chance. Not a chance at all. You know? But I mean, look, they're trying to put Joe Joyce out there as some badass. Yeah, I'm not on that. I'm not on that boat. I'm not on that boat. What at all? I mean, look, dude. Like I said, I've gone over him already, so I don't even need to really talk about him. Who else is there? I'm trying to think. I like Stephen Shaw. I might do a stream that's a bit more dedicated to Stephen Shaw. You know, I'm just trying to think. Who else? Obviously the fight that everyone wanted has fallen through this week, so I'm not going to touch on that. I mean, like, I got nothing on that to contribute, so there's that out of the way. Just trying to think. Jamel Charlo is going to fight Zoo in January. This is all at the top of my head. I'm not looking at no other tab. Garcia Tank. I don't care about that. That's whatever. Oh, actually, Lomachenko. Man, they're piling it up. He's fighting this Ortiz guy. I have no idea, guys. I've never heard of this Ortiz guy that he's fighting. Never. Lomachenko versus Ortiz. I don't know who this guy is. Like, I don't know who it is. You know? I don't know who this guy is. For real. You know? But TS Boxing has said to me, like, dude, like, Lomachenko is not a lightweight, man. Like, that dude he's too small for the division. And I'm not making an excuse because I'm not a Lomachenko fan. I'm not. I mean, dude, Lomachenko versus Rigondeaux pissed me the F off. That was bullshit, that. And Loma cheated in that fight, dude. He pulled that guy's head down and he kept elbowing him in the back of the neck. Cheating. You know what I mean? Hitting in the back of the head as well. I mean, the shit is ridiculous. But anyway, if Lomachenko has a little left, I mean, he can beat Haney. You know, he really can. But Haney's got to pounce on him, and he's got to jab him up. And he's just got to hit him, dude. He's just got to hit him at long range and mid range. He's got to hit him. You know? If Teofimo Lopez can do it, who barely throws punches in a round, I mean, come on. You know what I mean? Teofimo's fighting Pedraza, I'm sure. Teofimo. 25 years old. Woo, man. I thought he was like 15 years old. He's got the mentality of one. Pedraza. Okay. Pedraza? Really? Fighting Pedraza? Oh, man. He's fighting Pedraza. I don't know, man. That's ridiculous. I mean, dude, Pedraza lost the Tank like back in 2016. That's crazy, man. I mean, dude, he fought Ramirez. He lost that in 2020. He lost that earlier this year. And then he fought Richard Comey. He had a split decision draw. And he beat some other guys. And then he lost to Cepeda and that UD. I mean, come on. Like, in his last two, it's a draw. In his last three, win, loss, draw. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, whatever, dude. I mean, look, people get all like fired up about matchups. This is what this is what you expect. Don't expect the best fights to be made, dude. Don't get your hopes up. I don't get my hopes up. No, sir. No, sir. I don't get my hopes up. You know? Again, these casuals out here are under the influence that every big fight's got to get made. Says who? Says us? Please. Like I said, those executives behind the scenes, they're the guys that make it happen at the end of the day. That's just what it is. Excuse me, I yawned. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up in like 10 minutes. So, if you guys got any questions or whatever, feel free to pop them in. Last time I actually had more than expected. So, that was good. And I had a couple come in today. So, I appreciate you guys. So, yeah, I'm just trying to think what else on the horizon. Obviously, I saw the UFC last week. I got my prediction right for that. I did. I didn't know if a stoppage would happen, but a stoppage wasn't surprising to me. What else? This week the UFC is not that great, and next week's definitely not great. Adesanya is just not it, dude. I want to see John Jones return, man. Seriously, should do a video on that actually. John Jones, man. John Bones Jones. Jones is, I want to see that. That can work out for sure. That can work out. But again, I don't know what they're doing with that. They're rescheduling and they're doing all sorts of foolishness with him and his career. I think because he's ready. I think anyway. Let me just see this. But like I said, in case you guys haven't seen it, F Andy Ruiz, dude. I'm not interested in Andy Ruiz. I'm not interested at all. Not interested. Like I said, if you wanted to fight Wilder, this could have been done ages ago, man. This could have been done ages ago. This could have been done ages ago. I don't think he deserves the opportunity to fight him anyway, because for what? You barely beat your last two fights have been leftovers. You do understand that. They've been leftovers. So I mean, what are we talking about here? This is craziness. It's almost 9 p.m. here. Sheesh. Didn't realize they're going for this long already, but yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm not sure what boxing is coming up. I'll quickly look at the schedule. Boxing schedule. Wee. Man. Loma. Paul Silva. Katie Taylor. Diaz Zapata. Some of these guys I don't even know, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, Bivol Ramirez. Yeah, that should be a good one, actually. I like that fight. Morel. Yeah, he runs his mouth. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see this. Oh, wow. Stevie Sparks fighting overseas. That's crazy. He works in the damn pub, man. I've seen that one. Natasha Jonas. Found some Canadian girl. Mayweather versus Deji. Progray and Zapata. Okay. Okay. White versus Franklin. Well, let's see this undercard. Fabio Worley versus Gorman. Low. Let's see. Estrada and Gonzalez. I don't care about that. Forget that. Oh, yeah. Dubois fighting as well. Lopez. We got Crawford. Yeah, I won't even talk about that. Warrington versus some Mexican dude. They've digged up again. Is he gonna get knocked out by another Hispanic fighter? Huh? Yeah, and that's pretty much it for the schedule. So It doesn't matter, dude. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. I appreciate everyone that's come out. Um, yeah, dude. Um, I appreciate you guys coming out. I'm gonna try to go live on maybe MMA a bit more, but I mean, dude, boxing is dead, right? So what else is there to say? I know it's a harsh opinion, but the events speak for themselves. But take care, everyone. Stay well, stay safe. Have a good one. Peace out.